Hello and welcome back to the Bronze Quest. After the last one I did, I'm really happy with how it came out, but I wanted to try something different, try a different art style and be more precise with the pose that I want, be more precise with where the lighting is coming from and my color choices. The best way to do this is just to start again from scratch. I decided to go full screen mode on a different tab so I don't have
I wanted the character to be looking up,
or
I have the camera low,
in and out.
looking up at him, looking up, if that makes sense. Thought we get some interesting lighting choices here. I had to test out a few different poses where the arm needs to be, which is best, what makes more sense, which looks the best in terms of like the arm placement, what's more natural for the character. And this is where I ended up with. I typically like to start with the skeleton and then add thickness, especially for the body and the pose, and just to help me get more accuracy in terms of where the character is positioned, how they're positioned, especially with proportions of the character itself, and then making sure that everything is consistent with the character design. They had large hands, so I said I keep that. Also have to consider foreshortening. And just finalizing the pose. Okay, now to begin the color stage, I just had to find the color palette that I wanted, the color choices that would work best with the character, and then start by giving it a base. I went for a tannish base with a bit of browns, and then I would work on top of that. And then what I wanted to do now is mark out where I wanted the lighting to be, like where the light areas would be, instead of figuring it out after I've added all of the color. And then now I just start off with building the face layer by layer, just seeing what works best as I build the character up. What I found works very well is to not purely have the color that you want. For example, I wanted the skin to mainly be green, but I can't just have different shades of green, or at least for this I didn't think different shades of green would be the best or work the best. So you'll find that it'll go into the yellows. There's some blues that I've added in there. There's a bit of red in there, a bit of browns in there. All these different colors just help make the overall skin pop more. Especially because of the texture of the brushes that I'm using. I wasn't as happy with the hand. Felt like maybe there needed to be an adjustment there in terms of where it was positioned. So working on the shirt, this was a bit easier because the main focus would be the face. So here I had already figured out what kind of shirt I wanted. Have the different shades of brown, again giving it some texture, and then focusing on where the light would be or light would come from. And then again, I realized that I wasn't quite happy with the hand placement or the hand, so I tried out different placements, typically by posing it myself, looking at where my own fingers were, and then just redrawing it. Probably should have taken a picture as a reference, but I was already in there, so I just looked at where my hands were and I just started drawing. At this point I thought maybe the head was too big, so I tried resizing it. But then I thought, no, I think the neck was probably too long, the head was fine, so I resized the head. Now to finalize it, adding some more detail on the face, just defining some of the areas, defining the mouth, defining the nose. Just take a look at where the light is supposed to go again and just making sure that I followed my own guides and adding those finer highlighted details. At this point I thought, let me add a background just so I can see where it's going. Thought of something simple, table and purple background. And then I went back to the lighting just to make more adjustments, just to again add the finer detail. At this point I thought of adding some purple on the skin as well. I felt that added an even deeper element, just to making the skin pop more, or the face pop more. back to the highlights, adding more, just so again it stands out. Defining some of the shapes. And then just adding some light shadows on the table. And then a nice light gray. And yeah, this is the final piece. Overall, I'm quite happy with how it looks. I like the thickness and the texture of the brush that I chose. Gives it a different dimension, more of what I was trying to go for in the first one, where that one came out a lot pencily in its texture. This one is a lot painty, like it gives it that old oil paint texture that I wanted. Yeah, happy with the results. Okay, so for the next one, I think I'm gonna move on into 3D and build the character out. I'm gonna quickly make a turnaround sheet based on the designs and just quickly block out and do a low poly model of the character and see how it looks in the 3D realm. Alright, I will see you in the next one.